Hi everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to go over items that are selling for me in my eBay store, even during a pandemic. So March has been a super weird eBay month for me. So I started off the year really strong. As a matter of fact, at the very beginning of March, I did a video talking about how I managed to make over $20,000 in income for the first 2 months of the year, and I'll go ahead and link that video up here if you missed it. And then the pandemic hit. And it was a really weird time because we've never been through a pandemic before. You know, I know there's a lot of people in their lifetimes, they've never seen a pandemic. I know I haven't. I don't think a lot of people that are around now have lived through a pandemic, at least in the United States. So the fact that we have this worldwide pandemic going on right now, a lot of online sellers don't exactly know what to expect. I know I didn't. And so it really depends on the kind of merchandise you're selling. There are some sellers that are doing better than ever, and there are some sellers that have no sales at all. And so when March hit and people started getting shut into their houses, it was, you know, this really uncertain feeling like, what are my sales gonna do? I started off the first couple of months of the year doing really great, and then March hits, all of the crap starts hitting the fan, and my sales took a big nosedive. But then something really weird happened. I went from having almost no sales to having one of the best months I've ever had on eBay. No joke. It was like a 180 flip. I went from one of my worst weeks to one of my best weeks. It was crazy. And so now at the time of me filming this, I'm actually filming this on March 30th. Because let's face it, when you're stuck at home with kids, you have to work when you can, so I'm filming this video when I can. I would have loved to have waited until April 1st in order to film this so that I could have a clear overview of the month of March, but unfortunately I don't have that, so I'm just gonna have to go off my last running 30 days. So at the time of me filming this video, my total 30-day sales is $8,180.72, which, like I mentioned, is one of the best 30-day totals I have ever had on eBay. A close second was 1 month over the summer where I had a few weeks where I was reaching $2,000, $2,500 in sales. But even compared to that, I think that March, right now, the day that I am filming this video, this is the best month I have ever had on eBay. And before I get into some of the best kind of items that sold, I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about why I think this is the case. And I am going to be jam-packing this sold video with a whole bunch of different kind of things. I'm gonna be talking about the weird stuff that I didn't expect to sell that did. I'm gonna be talking about the stuff that I expected to sell. And then at the very end, I'm going to reveal what made up the majority of my $8,000 in sales this month. And you're probably going to be shocked when you hear what item made over 30% of my total sales for this month. I'm pretty shocked that over 30% of my sales were of this one thing, so make sure to stick around because if I can sell it, you can sell it. So let's talk about why I think my sales took such a dramatic upturn. First of all, I'm not very surprised that my sales were able to maintain, if not go up, during this pandemic, because if you've watched my YouTube channel before, you know that I sell a lot of health and beauty merchandise, and that kind of stuff are consumable products that people are always using. You know, even in the worst of economic times, women are still buying their lipstick. You know, women still want their face creams. So the fact that I'm selling health and beauty, it's already a decent enough space to be selling on the eBay platform to where I can at least get some sales. The likelihood of my sales going to a complete screeching halt was very unlikely. I knew that to begin with. That's one of the reasons why I started selling in the health and beauty categories. But the reason why I think my sales took such a really high swing in the upward direction to make this like my best month on eBay ever was because of Amazon. And I know you're probably thinking, whoa, wait a minute. We're talking about eBay sales, right? We're not talking about Amazon. Yes, I'm talking about eBay sales were better because of Amazon. And here is why. when all of this stuff started happening with the pandemic, Amazon started shutting down a lot of people's ability to buy things on the Amazon platform. There was a lot of merchandise that people were looking for that was kind of banned on the Amazon platform. People were selling out. They completely stopped the ability for third-party sellers to send in shipments to Amazon. So Amazon was out of stock on a lot of stuff. And then a lot of the merchandise that Amazon had in stock, Amazon was postponing deliveries. So I know that I personally, when I would go look at the Amazon platform just to see if I could buy certain essential items, Amazon didn't have any in stock. And the items that Amazon did have in stock, they were projecting over 30 days before I was gonna receive them. So when this kind of thing happens, what do people do? Do they just not buy the stuff? No, they have to go find it somewhere. And so what I think is happening is that people are going from wanting to purchase it on Amazon, realizing they can't get it on Amazon, so they're going to platforms like eBay. And I know if you've watched my channel before, or if you've seen any previous videos of, the recent week, you've probably heard me say already that that makes this such a huge opportunity for eBay sellers. The fact that Amazon is not able to fulfill orders is a time for eBay sellers to really shine. So this is an opportunity where I am taking really good offers from buyers. I am making sure I ship my packages really super fast so that my buyers get their merchandise quicker, because this is an opportunity for a buyer that is maybe used to buying their face cream or their hair care or their personal care products. If they're used to getting it on Amazon and they came to me on eBay because it was their only option because they were not able to have their order fulfilled on the Amazon platform, if they realize, hey, I could get a better deal and get my item just as quickly buying from this seller on eBay, they're more likely to shop with me again. Because a lot of buyers that might be used to buying on the Amazon platform don't see the potential of eBay. So this is a real opportunity for eBay sellers to rise up and show the buyers that we can compete with Amazon. And so I think that that is a big reason why my sales took such a huge upswing in the month of March, because people that were used to getting their merchandise on Amazon weren't able to get it when they needed it. So they started looking on eBay and they found my stuff. So now I'm gonna talk about some of the items that sold for me. Some were expected, some were a little crazy. Let's just jump into it. So it's really no big surprise with the pandemic and everybody kind of freaking out a little bit over toilet paper, baby wipes, Kleenex, those kind of things. I sold a lot of wipes, but they're not baby wipes. They are feminine hygiene wipes for the girly region. So I've had these in my store not too long, but I was really not surprised to see them start selling after the whole pandemic hit, because shelves were cleared, there was no baby wipes anywhere, there's no toilet paper anywhere, and then if you could find toilet paper or baby wipes, the prices were starting to become outrageous with price gouging. So feminine care wipes, not exactly surprised to see that they were selling, but I've been selling them a lot. Again, something that is not too obvious, doesn't really surprise me, I've been selling a lot of soaps. Not just bar soaps, but hand soaps. I've been selling soaps of all kinds. This is always something that is a really super consistent seller in my eBay store. I'm always selling things like bar soap, hand soap refills, body wash, all of those kind of items. But now I'm selling out of all of my soap. It's like I can't list soap fast enough before it sells. And I guess the surprising part of that is it's not necessarily antibacterial soap. I'm selling like the upper tier, more fragrant, artisan style soaps, I guess you could say, the fancier kind of soaps. I know a lot of people are looking for antibacterial soaps because of the virus, but my pretty smelling soaps are selling just as well as any antibacterial soap. And of course, I mentioned face creams. I have always talked about Olay face creams anytime I've ever done a sold video. It's such a consistent seller for me. Same situation here. I cannot list Olay face creams fast enough. Even some Olay face creams that have been sitting in my eBay store for a couple of months now are starting to sell. So like, for instance, this Olay 7-in-1 anti-aging moisturizer, I was expecting that that was gonna sell quickly anyway, but the Olay face lotions, I've had a couple of different varieties just sitting in my eBay store, hasn't really moved. starting to fly off the shelves. A really big category that has been selling in my eBay store as well is pain creams. Now, pain creams are not taking up the biggest part of my sold pie. I'm gonna save that for the very end because I still think it's gonna surprise you. I know it surprised me. But pain creams are a pretty big piece of the pie. I would say about 10% of my sales this month came from creams. You know, Biofreeze gel in all different kind of varieties. There's a squeeze tube, there's a roll-on, there's a foam. They've all been selling. As well as a cortisone kind of cooling gel cream, a pain relief cream that has sold. Asper cream, pretty much any kind of pain relief cream or gel that's like a topical pain relief, like an icy hot. All of those have been just selling. I cannot keep them in stock. So I mentioned that I sell a lot of soaps, but there is actually a body wash that I was really surprised to see command such a really good price, and that's the Harry's brand of body wash. I have sold a few different 3-packs for a little over $40, including shipping. And now I've been shipping these 3-packs of these really large 16 fluid ounce bottles of body wash. I've been shipping them in regional A boxes. If you're not exactly sure how regional A boxes work, I'll go ahead and post my video that I did explaining how regional A boxes work. But the regional A boxes have been perfect for those big bottles of body washes and big bottles of shampoo and conditioner that I've been selling. The boxes are great because they ship for a 2-pound rate. So the regional A boxes made it so that my profit on those lots of Harry's that were selling for a little over $40 made my profit something like $25 for every single set of 3 that's sold. Something else I've been selling is toothpaste, but not just any toothpaste. So I have some lots of toothpaste that are still sitting in my eBay store. They're not really selling, but the Smart Mouth brand of toothpaste I've been selling for around $9 a tube. That's another one I can't seem to list fast enough. As soon as I list it, it's gone. And then Sensodyne. I've been selling lots of Sensodyne, lots of 3 and 4 tubes, and then I've also been selling single tubes of Sensodyne toothpaste as well. So it seems like people are really looking for like sensitive teeth care during this time, not necessarily your standard Crest or Colgate toothpaste. It has to be the sensitive variety. This one I think is kind of funny because I'm kind of speculating a little bit on it, but I've been selling a lot of nose strips, like the Breathe Right nose strips. And I have a feeling, and this is how it's working in my brain, I have a feeling it's because people are stuck inside and they're starting to become a little annoyed by their spouses and they're snoring. I know that like I'm a little bit more on edge with my husband. Shh, don't tell him I told you that. But like when he starts to snore at night and I'm trying to sleep, I'm like a little bit more irritated now than I would have been before. And it's just because I think we're all trapped in the house with each other. And so it's like, could you breathe any louder? Could you chew any louder? Could you blink any louder? It's kind of one of those things. So I'm just like envisioning people buying these Breathe Right snore strips just to like stop annoying their spouses. But in real life, I know it's probably just somebody who's wanting to open up their airway so that they can breathe a little bit more if they have a cold or allergies or something. I don't think it has to do with like annoying your spouse, but that's immediately where my brain goes because I always like to try to think of why someone is buying something. And that's why I would buy it, because my husband's driving me crazy. Love you, honey. And of course, no surprise here, vitamins are selling. I sold a lot of vitamin D3. Not exactly sure what vitamin D3 does, but in 1 week, I sold out of all of my vitamin D3. Not sure why that is, but I've been selling B1, D3, and other random weird kind of supplements like valerian root and milk thistle. No idea what those vitamins do, but people are buying them. Theraflu Pods. So again, this is something that's not a big shocker if people are feeling sick, if they have colds, but something I wanted to point out with the Theraflu pods. It's kind of like the little pods that you put in your Keurig, and it's like a remedy tea, like a warm drink, you know, kind of like, why am I drawing a blank? It reminds me of kind of like Alka-Seltzer but instead for like heartburn. It's, you know, you drink it, it's warm, it soothes your throat, your nasal passages if you have a cold. Anyways, what I wanted to refer to was the fact that I've been selling the nighttime Therapods and not the daytime. I have some daytime Therapods. They're not really selling. The nighttime ones though, can't seem to keep them in stock. They keep getting sold out. I've also been selling a lot of first aid kind of stuff. And I think it's because maybe people are preparing first aid kits and stores have cleared shelves. So I've been selling a lot of bandages, anti-itch cream. It's not antibacterial. It might be antibacterial. It's like the Neosporin kind of stuff. I've been selling a lot of that kind of stuff. More so than I expected to, honestly, because, you know, if someone has a cold or a virus, they're not really gonna put a Band-Aid on it. So I was kind of shocked to see that so many first aid kind of things started selling. It might have something to do with the season though, springtime, maybe people are outside, you know, even though there's social distancing, there's still social distancing, you could still go outside. So I don't know if people are just putting together first aid kits in the event of a major emergency, but those kind of things are selling. I have also been selling pain relief. Aleve, Tylenol PM, acetaminophen, aspirin, ibuprofen, any kind of pain relief. And I also believe that that has become an issue with the shelves getting cleared, kind of like toilet paper. People are going to the store, they're not able to get things like toilet paper, Kleenex. I've been hearing that people are having a hard time finding Tylenol as well. A lot of people were discussing price gouging of Tylenol. I went and I looked on the eBay platform myself, and I did see prices for acetaminophen and Tylenol are crazy right now. I don't know how long that's gonna last. I think if the stores start stocking their shelves again, that opportunity is going to be gone. You know, I don't really see Tylenol selling for $30 and $40 a bottle for long, just because I think that there's some price gouging going on. Store shelves are eventually going to be back in stock, so people won't need to continue to buy them at such high prices on eBay. It's not that way for like Aleve or ibuprofen or aspirin. The prices are staying pretty steady for those, but acetaminophen and Tylenol, the prices are really high on eBay right now. I actually had a couple of bottles of Tylenol and acetaminophen that I did sell. I sold them significantly less than the competition on eBay though. When I was looking to sell 100 count bottles of Tylenol, they were upwards of like $40 a bottle on eBay. I thought that was absolutely outrageous because the 100 count bottles of Tylenol are like 10, 12 bucks at Walmart. So I ended up selling mine for just under $20 a bottle, which is still a pretty big markup, but you know, it allowed me to get some profit, and I was still like one of the best prices of Tylenol on eBay at the time. And then I did sell like a really, really small bottle for around $8. It was a small 24 count bottle. So be thinking about that. If you're looking for things to sell right now, if you have bottles of Tylenol in your cabinet, people are looking for them because maybe they can't get them at their local stores right now, but please don't be that person selling a small bottle of Tylenol for $40. That's just not cool. Sell it for, you know, a reasonable price. But you know, these are things that I'm talking about, like the supplements, the medicinal kind of stuff, the over-the-counter, the cold medicines and everything. I'm also telling you guys this because it's really hard to source that kind of merchandise right now. You know, you can't just do retail arbitrage and buy it, or you can't just, you know, hop onto bulk.com and buy lots of it because they are really not there right now. But you can source in your own kitchen cabinets. You know, if you have extra bottles of over-the-counter stuff that you're not using, put it on eBay because people are looking for that kind of stuff right now. So I've heard a couple of people talking about gifts. A lot of people are selling items that they are being told by the buyer that it's a gift for somebody, and that is really not surprising. People aren't leaving their homes, and so they're looking to purchase things for other people and have it either shipped directly to them or have it shipped to them so that they can gift it to somebody because they're not leaving their house. You know, I did sell like a New England Patriots caftan. I did end up, you know, giving it to somebody for a really good deal. In my video that I did, I just posted it, I believe it was last week. I'll link it up here. It's the things that I am doing to keep my eBay store alive right now. And in that video, I talked about how I was sending people really good offers just to try to move stuff to keep my eBay store alive, which it seems like it worked because like I said, my sales went way up. So I gave this person a really, really good deal on this New England Patriots caftan. And I sold somebody another really good deal. It was a shopping cart kind of bumper, like a shopping cart kind of insert. I sold one of those. So think of things that can be seen as gifts. So, you know, baby stuff or seasonal items that could be gifted to somebody. Those kind of items are selling right now, as well as things for entertainment. So I don't really have a lot of these kind of items. So this part of the video is just me giving you suggestions. I did sell a puzzle. I sold a Exploding Kittens puzzle, but lots of people are buying puzzles right now, board games right now, educational toys for children are selling right now because everybody is stuck at home needing some form of entertainment. Like you can only watch so much Netflix, right? So people are looking for board games, puzzles, things to do with their kids, activity books, coloring books. I know I just recently bought some coloring books for Benjamin because he's starting to get bored. Like there's only so many of the same activities you could do in the house all day, every day. Activity books, coloring books, slime, sand. I know we've been buying a lot of that, the kinetic sand, the slime for Benjamin. Educational tools and activities that kids can do. Be sourcing and selling those kind of things right now because they are selling really, really well. Something else that I've been selling a lot of are sleep aids. So lots of melatonin supplements, beauty sleep supplements, kind of goes along with the Breathe Right nose strips. I think people might be having a little bit of issues with sleeping now, falling asleep. Maybe things are keeping them up at night because this is a really scary and uncertain time for people. People are having trouble falling asleep. So anything that's like over-the-counter sleep supplements, melatonin, sleep masks. You might want to look into sleep masks. I haven't sold any. I've sold some in the past, but I don't have any right now. Sleep masks are probably selling really well. Anything having to do with sleep, pillows, sheets, think about bedding. Now I'm just like starting to throw ideas at you. These are the things that people are needing right now because maybe they're having trouble sleeping. They're reaching for things to comfort them at night. Those kind of things, be thinking to sell. Something else that's selling really well for me right now is Incontinence Pads. So Poise pads, Tina pads, also maxi pads. And I think again, it's because these are things that people are used to getting on Amazon and they just can't get on Amazon right now. Now that's not to say that I've never sold these on eBay before. I do have a history of selling incontinence pads on eBay, but they're just selling so much faster given the period of time we're in. Still selling lots of hair removal, razors. I think people are starting to buzz their kids' hair at home. So I've been selling a lot of like the wall razors. Body trimmers for women are also selling. I think it's just that time. People are starting to, you know, wanting to clean up their girly parts because the weather is getting nicer. Maybe women are looking to go sunbathe in their backyard instead of going to the beaches because they're closed. Again, I'm doing that thing where I'm just like running through all of these scenarios in my head just because it's like a game to me. Going along with that whole theme, I'm still selling lots of tanners, tan creams, tanning waters like the Tanologist, face drops, the body water, the mousse, because it's starting to get to be that time where people want to be tanning. They want to look nice, even though, you know, the beaches are closed. Maybe they want to go tan in their backyards. Been selling lots of children's multivitamins, probiotics. I sold a lot of this counterattack kind of stuff. I'm not even exactly sure what it does, but I had like 6 boxes and they all sold within 24 hours. And there was some people that bought multiple boxes from me. So there was some people that bought 2 boxes, some people that just bought 1. This is counterattack stuff. I think it's kind of like an immune supplement just to, you know, try to stay healthy and not get sick. Oh, I forgot to mention this one. Going along with the whole sensitive toothpaste thing, Biotene mouth spray. I was so shocked that it was like almost $60. So now I didn't sell 2 for $60 or 57, what was it? $57.44. I did not sell 2 boxes for $57.44. I sold 2 lots of 2 to the same person. So that's why, if you've been noticing in some of these screenshots that I'm showing, it looks like the price is really super high. Those are the screenshots of people that bought multiples. So like they bought a quantity of 2 or a quantity of 3, and that was the dollar amount, just in case you were wondering about that. But this person bought 2 lots of 2 boxes, totaling $57.44 for 4 boxes of the Biotene dry mouth spray. That one really surprised me, but there was that. I was very happy about that sale. All right, so here we go. The Big Daddy category that made over 30% of my total income on eBay for the entire month of March during this pandemic. Are you ready for it? At-home hair color. All kinds of at-home hair color. I have sold so many of these L'Oreal Paris Magic Root Touch-Up Sprays, the sticks, the boxed at-home hair color, the bleaches. I have never sold so much hair color in my entire selling career as I have sold in the last 2 weeks on eBay. There was one weekend that I did shipping. I had almost 100 packages go out on Monday morning from the weekend. Almost 100 packages, and half of them were hair color. And I have 2 guesses as to why that was exactly. Number 1, I think maybe a lot of women are used to buying these kind of products on Amazon, and they weren't able to get them on Amazon because maybe they were considered non-essential. So they had to go to eBay to buy them. And I think that probably the biggest reason for this is a lot of women are canceling their hair appointments because they're self-quarantined and maybe they needed something to temporarily cover, you know, gray roots, which is why I sold so many of the Magic Root touch-up sprays. Like, I've always had these Magic Root touch-up sprays and boxed hair colors and the wax-free color sticks. I've always had that kind of stuff in my eBay store. I always get really large quantities of it whenever I do liquidation, and so I just kind of, you know, keep replenishing the stock, and a couple will sell every week in a few different colors. Like, it's always really consistent, but it's never selling this much that fast. You know, I did almost $3,000 in sales just selling hair coloring treatments. Completely blew my mind. Did not see that coming at all. And it seriously had me going through all of like my overstock and every single liquidation order that I have had come in just so that I could dig out the hair coloring treatments and get them listed. Like, I saw all of the root touch-up stuff selling. I started combing through all of the inventory that I had, like, where is it? Give me more, give me more. And it also very well could be that I sold so much of it so fast because other people were maybe increasing their prices and I just kept mine the same. You know, I would rather sell all of mine at a good price than try to increase my price and price gouge to compete with other people. I know that that might sound a little weird because, you know, as a reseller, you definitely don't want to leave any money on the table. But when it came to all of the pandemic kind of stuff and people starting to increase their price for items that they were seeing as being a necessity to some people, I honestly didn't really worry about that. I wasn't like checking the market every single day to see if I needed to raise my price up at all. I just kind of left my price the same and just sold a lot of stuff. Right, you guys, that's it. Those are the kind of items that I have been selling. I want to know about you. What kind of merchandise have you been selling during this time of quarantine? Have your sales gone up? Have they gone down? What kind of merchandise do you find that's selling that's kind of really unexpected in your eBay store? Let me know. Did you see my hair color selling as being a thing? I'm really curious to know if you were not surprised by the fact that hair color made over 30% of my sales, or if you were totally surprised. Let me know down in the comments below. Does that surprise you? I know it surprised me. Don't forget to give this video a like if you like content like this. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that way you can be notified whenever I post a new video. And remember to check the video description. I will make sure to put some useful information in there for you guys. And thank you so much again for watching. Everybody stay safe out there, and I'll see you with my next video. Bye-bye.